Alright, welcome back to the Raunchy podcast. This is week whatever. Sorry I didn't upload the one from last week. I have it recorded and everything. I just been real busy this week. Saturday I had to work and I did not wake up until, well, I woke up and then I got some breakfast and then just fell right back to sleep. And then I was not going to come home from work and do it. I can tell you that much. Actually, I came home from work. I went straight to your house from work. Yeah, I was trying to think. That feels like forever ago.
Yeah, this week went by fast, but it went by really slow at the same time.
Yeah, it's weird. We have 14 and a half actual school days left. We have 3 Fridays, 3 Mondays. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But
I thought we finished out with a short week. Or did we finish on a Friday?
I don't know. All I know is I counted. Because really we're supposed to have more Fridays than Mondays, but once this Monday goes by, then it'll be 3 and 2. So.
Well, we should have more Mondays.
I don't know.
Because if we end on a short week, we don't have another Friday.
Probably did it wrong because I'm an idiot. So.
Either way, we're getting close.
We are getting
Damn
close.
close.
And like 219 days left till Christmas. So. There's that. But yeah, I'll have that. The one from last week will be uploaded tonight. I'll do that. And then this one will be uploaded tomorrow. Unless I'm just a piece of trash again. Tomorrow morning I have to go and help my grandma do yard work. Me and Isaiah both. Yeah. My grandma will give us some money for that. And honestly, it'll be fine. Just mow the yard. The thing we have to do most is sticks in the backyard. So my grandma, all the way back in like November, I think, had me cut down her bushes, like get rid of them. And then there's just a massive pile of sticks in her backyard. And I was like, okay, I'll come back and get these. And she was like, it's cold. You don't have to do that. And I was like, no, I'll come back and get them. It looks like trash. And she never had me come over and do it. So it's just been sitting there. There's been a group of bunnies that have taken to living in there. So
we're going to go destroy their home tomorrow.
I already did. I went there
Horrible person.
about a week and a half ago, and I started taking them. A bunny rushed out of there, and I almost pissed myself. So it's like, yep, I'll do it. There's a little bunnies in there, and I was like, yikes.
That feels bad.
It does feel a little bit bad.
Bunnies are cute.
They are. We had bunnies that were living in our front yard for a while, and then the cat from across the street came and ate them. There was just there was blood all over our pavement, all over it. It was terrible. That was a long time ago.
Why do I feel like I remember that? Not the cat part, but just you having bunnies here.
Yeah, a long time ago. But doing yard work is satisfying, I think.
It is when you're done. When you're doing it, it sucks.
Yeah, it's sweaty as hell. But hopefully...
You sweat a lot.
I sweat a lot.
You sweat like all the time.
All the time. I get into 6th hour for a human fizz, and every single time, I don't know what it is. I feel like it's not even hot in there. My brain just triggers something. I truly think this. I think my brain triggers something when I step into that room, and I just start sweating immediately. Like I can feel it. Like it starts tingling. I'm like, here we go. And... man, and then I get in there and I'm like, man, it's really hot in here. He has a fan in there, so I always just aim it directly on me. But it makes me tired when I sleep.
I sleep every day in 6 hours.
Yeah.
Every day, to this day.
I've stopped sleeping in English class. I'm proud of that. I've stopped sleeping in English class. Me and Isaiah have taken up running a little bit. Here and there whenever we actually wake up. And that is the most awake I am during the day.
When we run in the mornings, yeah.
Run in the morning, I feel like just fine.
Then
like,
come home, shower, grab some breakfast at the school.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Feel amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, 6th hour. Everybody falls asleep to my class today. I fell asleep because like I was super tired. I'm always so tired after lunch.
Yeah.
And so I got in there and I could feel myself like it was getting hard to keep my eyes open. I was like, here we go. I'm just not even trying to hide it. So I just like put my laptop away and laid down. Miss Brunswick was like, I woke up like half an hour later and like looked around and there was like 4 kids that were awake.
Oh.
And everybody was out.
Yikes. That's gotta feel pretty bad.
But he was just like going through his slides on his PowerPoint.
Just,
he called us out for it the other day. He was like, all my classes always fall asleep. Like, is it me? And I felt really bad. And then he was looking at me the whole time because I fall asleep every day.
That feels bad.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was. I woke up and we had to start doing this like thing where I woke up for the second time. I was like, partner was like, we're doing another thing on the computer. I was like,
that's when you know you slept amazing though. I love that feeling.
I fell asleep working with her too though. Literally, we're sitting at like the desktop computers that he has in the class, and literally I was asleep for like 5 minutes and didn't even notice. She finished the assignment.
Ooh.
I was like, I'm so sorry. She's like, it's okay. I was like, did you put my name on it? She was like, yeah. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, there are sometimes in English class where I'd be like out, like REM sleep, completely out. And I'll wake up because Ty will like come over and shake me on the shoulder or something, or I'll wake up like just everybody packing their bags, it's loud. And I'll wake up, there'll be drool on the desk, and there's lines all over my face, I can just feel it. My eyes are super heavy, I'm like, where am I right now? What is going on?
Dude, I hate when I start sleeping like really deep in class though, because I'm worried I'm going to start like snoring or something. And just embarrass the fuck out of myself. Just completely ruin my own day.
There's sometimes Isaiah will stay the night or I'll stay the night at his house. And there are times where Isaiah's snoring is like unbelievable. Like you'll be like out cold watching YouTube or something and I'll turn it off and I'll go to bed. And then I'll start falling asleep. And like you'll be silent. And then you'll like roll over or something and I'm like, here we go, please, please no, please. And like 3 seconds go by and it's just dog, I start shaking you like I hate it. But at the same time, I think I don't snore, but I do. I know I snore.
Yeah, you do.
And I think that's for everybody. I think that everybody snores. And there's always those people like, I never snore, and then you see them sleeping.
How the fuck would you know?
Yeah,
liar.
Exactly.
Liar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you're recording yourself while you're sleeping.
Which is weird.
You know? Yeah.
So either way, you're weird.
That's weird.
You're a liar.
You're a weird liar if you say you don't snore. Yeah. I love falling asleep in class, but I hate it at the same time.
If you have a teacher that's like okay with it, it's fine. I was falling asleep in math today too. I don't know why. I was exhausted all day. I've just been like a weird mood all day. And I never fall asleep in math.
Yeah.
Especially with how stupid that class is.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting there. I did this shit like 10 times. I was like... And every time I did it, I would like wake up and like look up and Miss Jones would be like looking at me right on the board. I was like, shit.
That's the biggest fuck you. It's when you're failing a class and you just snooze mode.
Oh, I was talking to you about this, but if I get to the final, when we get to the final, I'm going on Roger Help, typing that shit in. And if I need to get like a 95 or above, I'm filling out random shit on the final and saying adios, so I'll take it next year.
For those of you who don't know, Roger Hub is just a final grade calculator. You enter your score that you have now, the score you want or you need, and then you enter the percent of how much your final is worth, and then it tells you need to get this on the final. Yeah, in Human Phys, I'm failing that class hard right now.
I'm just going to do see what, like, if the final was tomorrow, what I would need. But you can keep.
If I needed, like, even like a 89% on the final, yeah, I'd hit the snooze button. Yeah!
Alright, so that's my percentage in math.
Not good. Roger Hub is a great tool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
This kid made it for himself in like Michigan or something. He made it just for him.
Yeah, it says it right on the thing.
And then it blew up. Like, it blew up hard. And there's like, I don't think there's ads on it or anything. He's just like, this is for you to use. That's the best.
Right now, I would need a 96 on the final.
Not even worth it.
Not even
worth it.
Not even worth it. And she doesn't scale them or anything.
Yeah.
Miss Jones is such a nice person. And she's a good teacher, but when it comes to like helping students out, she doesn't do shit. Yeah. She's like, nah fam, not for me. It's a no from me. It's like, please. She's like, nah. All my other grades are good though. I need to have all 1s and 2s and then a 5 in math.
Yeah, Brigham is really good when it comes to that kind of stuff. I took Human Phys. Last year I signed up for Human Phys because I wanted to have the same class as this girl. And obviously that backfired. And I went through the first semester of the class struggling bad. Like, bad. Yeah. Like I could not do it. But I passed somehow with like a 73. And then I was like, you know what? Yeah, I got it. Sign me up next semester. Let's just do it. Brigham was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, now I have like a 63% in class. Like, there's no way I'm passing this. So.
Yeah. But you can turn in late shit though.
Yeah, I can.
You'll pass.
We'll see.
It'll be damn close. It'll be damn close, and you might have to try on that final. But
oh yeah, I'll have to try very hard on the final.
Oh yeah. Donkey.
That's the last thing I'll hear is donkey on that one.
School sucks, dog.
School is horrible.
I feel like in the last podcast we talked a lot about school too. Just because that's like all I think about now.
Just school.
It's just like, I just want this shit to be done.
I agree. It's horrible.
I just want it to be summer. I want to wake up in the mornings and go play like basketball. And then just come home.
And sleep.
Yep. And then just go to work.
Yeah.
I just want to make money all summer, dog. That's all I want to do.
There's a lot of people that are like, yo, this summer's going to be like a movie. Like, it's going to be so exciting. And you can always say that, but it won't be.
It's going to be like a documentary. It's going to suck, dog.
People will be falling asleep.
They always do. They always suck, dog.
They always do. I mean, there are highlight reels for sure. Like, summer is just most of the time pretty fun.
You could put together a 5-minute fucking highlight reel and be like, whoa! But it wasn't that sweet.
Yeah, it was not.
It's just nice not having school.
I want this summer to be like crazy fun. Like, I want to try my ass off on this whole YouTube thing and put out like 2 videos a week and then do the podcast. So 3 videos a week.
Well, so you're a crazy person.
And I'm fine with that because then literally the only thing I'll be thinking about, oh, I need to do this, is the podcast.
Yep.
Or I need to edit
we
this
could
video.
do them on like days that aren't Fridays. Yeah. And we could do them at like noon. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have to be like right now I'm tired as hell. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, being home sleeping right now sounds pretty good. But over the summer, if we were in a mood like this, we could just be like,
just do it
tomorrow morning, dog.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I'm
excited. Then not having your parents be home for most of the time. That's why weekends and summer suck.
Yeah, because weekends suck. But yeah, I'm tired.
I'm exhausted. I don't even know why.
But tonight I do want to play some basketball.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great exercise. I'm sweating the whole time.
And like you don't even feel like you're exercising. You're just fucking having a good time. Yeah.
And I need the exercise because I've been gaining a couple pounds. I've been taking it on. And not to the point where it's like bad noticeable, obviously. I say obviously. Honestly, it might be obvious. But like, I don't know. I just want to get rid of that shit.
And Toby is sawing logs in the back.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, okay, relax.
Toby's an old boy.
He's a good boy.
Yeah. Good man. He has like these things on his lungs. Apparently they're like little pockets. It's not cancer, but it's just like little pockets.
Benign tumors? Or?
I have no idea. And he will probably be dead like within the next 365 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Just say a year next time, stupid.
Well, I don't want to say within a year and
Idiot.
have you think, oh, in 7 months he'll be dead. But like,
why the fuck would I be like 7 months is a year? True.
I mean, like.
True.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I'm just an idiot.
Guitar. I'm pumped to learn the fucking guitar.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool instrument. I feel like people that can play the guitar are just elite. Like,
sure.
Just in general. Like, anyone that can just pick up a guitar, they're like, yeah. It's like, what? Like, those people are just immediately cooler. It's just like how it is in the movies, except not, I guess. I mean, there's nobody on a college campus just strumming that out with girls like, oh. I mean, like, let's just be cool.
I just want to play because all I listen to is country music, so I'd be able to play a lot of the songs I like listening to. I think
that's the hope, anyway.
Well, I'm doing it, dog.
You might learn a couple songs. You're like, okay, let's try this out. Get to a country song. You're like, ding. Well, they're like, ding. Ding. Guitar's tough. I don't know how those people like do all that crazy stuff, like swing it around their back, come back, start playing it. It's like, what? You're on crack. I have no idea how you just did that.
Literally we went and got food before this, and we're driving down this like big ass hill leaving our neighborhood, and there's this lady sitting at the bottom of the hill with a fucking fountain drink from the gas station, like in between her legs, and she's just sitting there on the ground like.
She was not even looking around.
No, dog, she was. She was like...
I didn't see her looking around at all. To me, what I saw is her just looking directly at the sun. She was just like... I was like, she is cracked out. She was like... like, she's doing some photosynthesis type shit.
Could you imagine it's like in Mario when you get a mushroom, she was just like...
Just grew like 4 feet. I'd be like,
I hit the gas. Oh, you got so fast.
I might pull over and take a video of that. Honestly, just continues to stare at the sun, just completely. Oh man, I'd take a time lapse of that. That would be something. You'd be a rich man after sending that off. People are crazy. I have no idea what goes on in some people's heads.
God is great, beer is good.
People are crazy.
People are crazy.
Right. But, yeah, over the summer, I want to post a lot more content. I have not posted a regular video in a long time.
It's pretty much just all podcasts.
Yeah. People think it's a podcast channel. It's not supposed to be. I mean, podcasts are just fun. I like them. There are some times where I get out of school on a Friday and I'm like, man, I do not want to figure this shit out. But then I get here and I feel perfectly fine doing this. That's how it is.
I feel fine doing it. I'm just exhausted right now.
Yeah,
exhausted.
Me too.
Oh, like real bad.
Earlier, I had the worst voice crack I've had in months.
Years, dog. That was bad.
It was bad.
What were you saying? Something dumb, but like literally, you just stopped talking. I was just like,
yeah.
Dog, my voice cracks all the time when I'm talking to Gladdy for some reason.
Mine almost never cracks anymore, really.
Mine never does either, unless I'm talking to Gladdy.
Yeah.
Then I'll just be like saying something in her office, like sitting down talking to her. I'll be like, yeah, well, you know what? Nima doesn't roll silverware either. She's like, get out of here. I'm like, I turned into Brigham for a second. God, I love Brigham.
I love Brigham also.
I felt so bad when we freshman year, Jared and I took athletic training, and we were in the same class, and Brigham teaches it. Mm-hmm. And his voice cracked non-fucking stop.
All the time.
All the time.
It was all the time.
And we sat by each other, which I don't know why he let us do that. But, I felt horrible. Absolutely horrible. We both did. Do you remember we were doing the final review? That was when it was like at its worst. Like he hit his peak. He was really hitting his stride during the final review. Every sentence, like 4 of the words, his voice cracked. And we were just fucking rolling in that corner of the class. In his head, he was just like, God damn it.
And it wasn't like we were in the back of the room, so like...
Oh, no, we were right up front.
Right up front?
Right up front. Oh, God.
I hope he watches this.
I hope he watches this just so he knows that we're sorry.
I felt horrible also. I could not help it, though. And it was athletic training, so there was a bunch of seniors in there. And they were just kind of looking at us like, come
on. Yeah, I felt like a piece of shit freshman for doing that, too.
And I was like, okay, I'm done. And then Brigham would be like... So anyway, I was like...
What'd you get in that class?
Oh, like a 3, I think.
Yeah. I was on like the precipice of it too. Mm-hmm. And then the final was like, let's do it more. I was like, alright.
Because we would do tests where we just wrap joints. And there was other tests that were written and it was like, okay, what is this, this, and this? And it label them. And it's just like...
I don't know. You ever wrote a note on a test?
Yes.
To the teacher just being like, please.
Pretty much on every test that I've taken in like a while, except for like, I shouldn't say every test. On most math tests and then a lot of the human phys tests, I'll write a question mark on like a lot of questions because I just had no idea how to do it, especially in math because she'll want us to show all of our work. But like, there are some times where I can do something, plug like a bunch of numbers into a calculator until I get the right answer. And I can just do that and not show work because I have no idea how to do it. And I'll write a question mark and she just laughs.
Really?
Yeah.
Miss Jones, so she never does multiple choice for anything. But this one test we took a while ago, it had like 3 of them on there. And the rest were all working out. So I saw that shit, I was like, oh, hell yeah, but it was the 3 hardest questions, and you still had to show your work. So I guessed on 3 of them. I was talking to Zach afterwards. I got all 3 of them right, guessing. Just completely just throwing them out there. And on the paper I was like, if by chance I get these right, please, for the love of God, please just count them right. Like, please, seriously, I'm just trying to pass your class right now. I don't want to see you next year in this shit.
Yep.
You know what she did? Took off 4 points for each one.
Really?
Yeah. Got that shit back. There was just a line through the note.
Ooh.
I was like, okay. I was like, I mean, fair enough, but...
Might not be fair.
Yeah, didn't even give me like half credit for him. I was like, please.
I'd be pissed.
I wasn't. So I was just like, well, you know what? See you next year. She was like...
Yeah. School's trash. I don't even know who that is.
I guess I'm popular.
I don't know who anybody is. That is my problem. I see faces and I know exactly who they are, but I don't know their names. Like, I just know that. But, like, people will be like, oh, like, this guy was, like, talking to me and he was being all weird. And I was like, yeah, that sounds weird. And they were like, yeah, because, you know, he did this, this, and this. Fucking God. Because they'll be like, oh, you know, he did this, this, and this. And it's like, dog, I'm going to lay it out flat for you. I have no idea who you're talking about. I have no idea. And they'll be like, really? It's like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know anybody. I was talking with this girl, and she was talking about relevance with, like, a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people are just obsolete now. Like, you never hear about them. You almost never see them. But there are still those people that are, like, just come up all the time. I was asking her, and I said, I think you're pretty relevant. I mean, I hear your name all the time. She was like, yeah, I think you're pretty relevant also. And it's like, how? Like, I don't know anybody. I don't talk to anybody except for the people in my math class, like, right next to me. And then I snoozed through third hour. Don't know. She was like, no, I don't know. And I asked if you were relevant. She said, yeah. I said, oh.
I don't do anything, dog.
Yeah.
The only classes I talk in gym. Because obviously it's pretty much just like fuck around for 45 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
And honestly, just side note, I try in gym because if you don't, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to try in gym if you want that shit to be
I agree.
fun at all.
What? Yes. Okay, let's talk about this. Yes. I agree 100%. When I was in an sports officiating, we played games all the time and we would ref. And I would try my ass off in like every game. And people were like, oh, Drew's a tryhard. It's like, dog, you're standing in the corner talking about like nothing. Like,
yeah, that doesn't
how are you
sound
having fun?
Literally, every time he whips out a basketball, I'm like, here we go up and dunk it. Just because it's fun
You
to
may as
try.
well.
Like, get a fast break in the game. It's like, yeah, here we go. Everybody's like, why do you have to try? It's like, dog, I'd rather be doing this than literally being one of the people that stands in the middle of the court and just rotates to face wherever it is.
And then have them call you out.
Yeah, that's boring, dog.
Yeah.
I'd rather go out and leave that class sweating.
I am sweating every time. I walk into gym class, I'm already dripping. Like, I get changed to get into athletic clothes and I'm already sweating. I'm like... I hate how much I sweat. I truly hate it. It's just how it's been all my life. It's not because I'm fat now. That's just how it is.
But gym class is fun.
Yeah, I agree. I had Dave Cork for sports officiating.
Sure.
And he didn't like a lot of the people in there, but every time that we played softball or volleyball, I'd try my ass off and I would like yell whenever I did something good. Like I hit a walk-off in softball. It wasn't a walk-off, but it was like the last at-bat of the game. And I hit a home run, and I, like, flipped the bat up into, like, almost touched the ceiling. I was like, yeah! And Dave was over there, he was like, everyone was just like, I was like, dog, like, I'm having fun right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It's
the
like,
problem is.
it's like 45 minutes to not have to...
Worry about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I go to math right after that. I just sit in my class sweating already. And she's like, we got a quiz today. I'm like, forgot about that shit. She's like, review sheet by any chance? I'm like, just give me the quiz, motherfucker.
That's awesome. I love the face she gives me every time. She knows that I never have it. And she'll be like handing back the tests and stuff and she hands back the reviews with them. And like she'll get to me, she'll set down the test and she'll be like, you know you gotta start doing the review. I'm like, no, I don't. You see the score? It's like a 93. She's like, gotta start doing them. I'm like, no. She's like, God, I hate doing the reviews. I feel like I cannot study for math. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. It doesn't make sense to me to
I've
study
never
for
had to before,
Yeah.
dog. Till this year. That's why it's fucking me so hard.
Yeah.
It is horrible.
I have to do nothing. And there are people that try their ass off and they have like a 4 in that class. It's like, come on. It's college algebra.
College algebra is easy.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why you're sweating over this. She's like, pop quiz. Everyone's like, no. I'm like, dog, this is points. I'll take anything.
Yeah.
Math is my strong suit. I pop off in math a little bit.
What'd you get on the math part of the ACT?
I don't remember, honestly. Couldn't tell you. For what I knew, I'm sure I got good score, but then for like a good portion of the math part, I literally had never seen it, like ever. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay.
In math, Zach and I, when we came back the week after, like you could email Behringer and find out what you got. Zach and I were talking about our ACT scores and whatever. And I was like, Miss Jones, what do you think I got on my ACT? She was like, 19 or 20. I was like, fuck you for that.
Wow.
I was like, I got a 25. What do you think I got on the math? And she was like, 22, 23. I was like, 28. You know what? You suck. And so does this class.
Yeah.
She was like, tss. But Miss Jones is awesome. I feel like I talk a lot of shit on Miss Jones, but she's actually one of my favorite teachers. It's just her class pisses me off.
She was one of my teachers, or one of the supervisors in the ACT.
For your ACT, yeah.
I had her in math. I love Mr. Nath. Yep. My mom works with Mr. Nath's wife. And so I would go, me and Isaiah would walk home from, oh my God, we would walk from school to my mom's work when we were in middle school. And this girl named Kelly was always just, like, loved us. Like, she'd be like, how's school, all this, good? And I never thought anything of it. And then freshman year I walked into a class and it was Mr. Nath. And he was like, yeah, my wife works down at this hospital. And I was like, that's where my mom works. And he was like, oh yeah? And she was like, yeah, she works in the lab for phlebotomy. I was like, no way! Like, who is it? And he's like, Kelly. I'm like, no way! Like, I know your wife. That is weird to me. She's the sweetest woman. And then I said that in one of the classes, and he started crying. I was like,
really?
Yeah, I was like, yikes. I was like...
You should have been like, nah, she's kind of a bitch.
Because I was like... Because he was talking about her, and I was like, yeah, personally, I think she's one of the nicest women I've ever met. Like, genuinely, she really is one of the nicest women I've ever met. And he was like, yeah, I picked a good one. I was like, here we go. And then after class, he gave me a full-on hug. I was like, yeah, no problem, man.
I don't know how I would feel about a teacher giving me a full-on hug. It would have to be like my dog died or something, and it would have to be like Brigham or something. Like, I don't even know. That would be weird, dog.
I like, in the entire school, I like Mr. Nath, I like Mr. Brady, and I like Brigham.
I'm in love with a lot of teachers. No, I like a lot of teachers that I've had. Like,
I like them, but there's not a lot that I'd be like, I really like this teacher.
I do, like, literally just off the top of my head, dog, like, Brigham, Mr. Glenn, Mr. McGreevy, Miss Jones, Mr. Higgins, Mr. Mockle, Mr. John, Stromberg. Like, literally, I have, like, a ton of teachers that were just awesome.
Yeah,
Even when I was shitty in their classes.
Yeah, I really cleaned up my act from middle school. And in middle school, a lot of teachers absolutely... Actually, most of my teachers in middle school loved me. Like, they just really thought I was a good
Miss
kid.
Parker, though?
I don't know. Probably not.
She was the one that gave us attention.
Yeah, I know.
Miss Parker was the worst.
She was just bland. She was a bland person. And I had a teacher, my English teacher, 7th grade, sat me down with my parents at parent-teacher conferences. I thought it was going to be bad. I was prepared to get grounded from it. I always was whenever we had parent-teacher conferences from like 2nd grade to like 8th. Always I knew that I was going to be grounded. And it was a 3-day break, so it always sucked. And I was like, alright, here we go. Going to be grounded for sure. Sat us down. She was like, I think that Jerry is probably the worst student I've ever had.
Who said that?
Miss Carney. My English teacher, 7th grade. I was like, oh. And my mom was like, really? And she was like, I really dislike having him. Like, I cannot stand going to that class because I know that he's going to be in it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like, I was not good in that class, but it wasn't to that degree. I feel like I've never been horrible to that degree. Like, that has to be like some...
Is there a happy ending to this, or did she just rip your ass?
Ripped my ass. Whole time. She did it with Reese Mingus, too. Hated both of us.
What else did she say?
She was like, this is great in class. Obviously, I was doing just fine. It was fucking English. And she was like, he talks, he does this, he doesn't read his books, I say this, and he does this. It's like, dog, I am 13 years old. Like, I'm just finding out what jerking off is.
You can't flame the fuck out of a student that hard when you're a middle school teacher.
Really? Like, I understand if I was going into that class throwing shit around, telling her, go fuck yourself every time she was like, hey, can you do this? Like, no, it wasn't like that.
I can name 6 people off the top of my fucking head in middle school who would have been worse than you, I guarantee it.
Yeah, like, there's no way it was that. The worst thing I ever did in middle school, the worst thing, is I was in 6th grade, and This kid named Grady. I love Grady Jacobson. If you're watching this, you're the man. He was in front of this girl named Cadence. She was on the podcast. I'm an idiot. He was in front of Cadence and they were talking, and Max Helm was like, I was like, oh, Grady's talking about something stupid. And he's like, go pants him. You will not. You will not do it. And I was like, here we go. Went over, pantsed him, he turned around, whoa! I was like, here we go! Immediately I regretted it. I was probably looking at him, I was like... Took me, grabbed me by the arms, shoved me into the laptop container thing, cart. Miss O'Connors comes in and she's like, what's going on? He was like, he fucking pants me! I was like... Everyone was like, no! I was like, she was like, go to the office. I was like, okay. Yeah, that was a bitch to tell my mom. That was a bitch.
I was in class with Grady one time, and we were like in the computer lab in middle school. And you remember Corbin?
Yeah.
Corbin broke the computer.
Yeah.
Corbin.
Were we in that class together?
I don't know. It was like, I think it was a class with the super hot teacher, dog. It was like her first year teaching ever.
What? Yes. To this day.
Saying what?
She's like, hey, Jerry. Swear on my life. To this fucking day.
You should bleep that out, dog. I feel like she could get in some trouble for that.
Maybe.
I'd probably take out her name. But, we're sitting in class, and Corbin's computer was just like, like just tapped out. It was the whole class is like, Corbin broke the computer.
Because out of nowhere, he was like, my computer stopped working, like, and Grady was like, Corbin broke the computer. Corbin was like, no,
Corbin was like, I'm not.
everyone was like, Corbin broke the computer. Corbin dead ass picks up his chair, goes over to Grady, drops it on his head. Grady's like, oh, Grady's like. Everyone was like,
When I've never seen that look in somebody's eyes,
oh my
dog.
god.
And Grady turned around and just like just fucking went crazy.
Oh, he was so pissed.
Like a teacher was like, please don't.
Like, oh man, they both went to the office and all
Grady
of
was
us
like, no, he did fucking not.
Oh my god. Oh, that is so funny.
Corbin broke the motherfucking
Yeah, he did. That bitch broke that computer.
Oh god, that is.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Didn't they both get suspended?
Yeah.
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 Probably fair. Probably fair.
And for the rest of the semester, we said
Corbin broke the computer.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun class. We played cool math the entire time.
Yeah. Dog, just seeing a kid pick up again. Just seeing the kid pick up a fucking chair.
Yeah, it was
like
scary.
he's about to do something. I
Yeah.
was like, here we go.
I thought he was gonna full swing, poof. But instead he goes over.
Just fucking.
I thought Grady was gonna kill him. I thought Grady was gonna kill him, dog.
Yeah, I thought for sure somebody was about to be in a spider hold very fast. Oh,
Just
man.
like in cartoons, the dust comes up and it's like fucking
Just
like
pretzel.
like marks everywhere coming out the dust. Comes out, Corbin's just in a fucking pretzel mouth. You'd be like, oh shit.
Oh, that is funny. I forgot about that. It's hilarious. I knew exactly what you were talking about. Corbin broke the computer.
I
Yeah.
didn't think you were in that class.
Yeah. I was sitting right next to Grady. Sitting right next to him.
Jesus.
Oh man, that is funny. And then for like the rest of the class period, you were in that class. Because at one point, I was going to sit down in a seat. This is completely at a different time. I was going to sit down in a seat, and you pulled down a chair for me.
Yeah, probably.
Completely fell on my ass. And for a split second, I was really fucking pissed off. Like, I was so mad. And I, like, got up, and I was about to go, Corbin broke the computer on your ass. But then I was like, yeah, that shit was kind of fun. That was the only time that's ever happened to me. The only time I've ever had a chair pulled out for me like that, where I felt, like, just bit hard, was when you did it.
Yeah, you gotta get them sometimes.
You have to.
You have to.
You
Just
have to
keep
have
everybody on their toes.
Nah. Yeah, that's not the worst I've been hurt in middle school, though. I was in super sewing, and I was sewing something, and...
Straight through your finger?
No, it went into my finger and, like, broke off in my finger. And I had to go to the nurse's office. She had to pull that shit out. I swear to you. I'm dead serious.
That just sounds kind of painful.
Yeah, it hurt pretty good. Like, it didn't hurt at first, but when she was pulling it out, and then I had to get it cleaned, everything. And my mom was like... And then my dad was just like...
He's fine.
I still need a Band-Aid on it? Fuck you. I was impaled.
I was impaled. Sewing class was fun.
It was. I had a great time.
So sweet.
Nina's in sewing class now, and she's like sewing like skirts and like zip ups and stuff. That'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so sweet. It's another thing I would try my ass off in.
Yeah.
Yep.
That might be the longest tangent we've ever went on.
Yeah.
You know where that came from?
No.
Me saying I don't talk in any classes except for gym. And by the way, you should try in gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I talk in gym. I talk in math and PSP.
Yeah.
But that's not like the entire class. That's just literally to Garrett and Nina.
Yeah.
That like, I don't do shit.
I talk in first hour sometimes. I talk in second hour to the student named Noah. And that class is to wake me up. First hour, I'm fine with hitting the snooze button, but she never lets me. But I'm fine with just dozing off. Second hour, I really hype myself up. Alright. My memory just ran out on one of my cards, so it's going to skip at some point. And I'm sorry for that. I'm just literally horrible at everything. Anyways, pop into questions. Kaylee Yoder says, what do you think the Earth will look like in 1,000 years?
Destroyed by then, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, why do I know that name?
Kaylee Yoder?
Never mind, I know that name. Yep.
Yeah, not gonna go there. Not gonna go there. Nothing with us, just not gonna go there. Ty!
Ty's in his room right now, like,
He's about to go, Corbin broke the computer on our asses Monday. Oh man.
Shit. Next question.
Alright, what do you think the Earth will look like? Yeah.
Dog, we will destroy it, but
Yeah,
we will.
1,000 years is a long time. We will destroy it. Rest is fact.
Go ahead.
Kaylee Yoder also asked, what do you think is in a black hole? Nothing.
It's not even that funny. I'm just a piece of shit. No.
She's gonna be watching this looking for real, man.
Like,
Die! You're like, yeah, unsubscribe.
I don't think there's anything in black holes in it. Just
It's nothing. Literally
It's just
no
gravity.
atoms
It's just
or
like-
anything. It's just nothing in a black hole.
But isn't it like, because have you ever, like the way, like Einstein, whatever, it's like the universe or whatever is like a sheet that's like pulled tight, and then like a black hole is like a really heavy fucking marble if you dropped it in the middle and it just like weighs everything down, and then things will just get
sucked into it, and you'll never see them again, literally ever. And in Interstellar, I think they go into a black hole, and it like trips the fuck out, and then they come out somewhere else. That is just not how that works, I don't think.
You're pretty much just done if that happens.
Yeah.
Oh my god, side note, one time in 5th grade, Elliot told me that there was a black hole headed towards Earth and we were all going to die. So I told Madison Broyles, and she started. No, it wasn't her. I told somebody, but they like started crying and told Mr. Becker, and he yelled at me. Anyway, go ahead.
Isaiah, you know you can't be. Kaylee Yoder also asks, do you think aliens are real? If yes, explain. Literally,
Have you ever?
a couple weeks ago. Well, if you've ever seen Ty. Oh, he's gonna shit on us for that, dog. He's going to shit on
You
us.
think Ty's gonna watch this all the way through?
No.
But someone will show it to him.
Yeah.
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 Fine. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, there has to be. Not like.
Yeah, we were talking about this like a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
We were on a drive, and we were going down like this dark road, and
And
it
you
was
just
like all
asked me out of
cloudy.
nowhere.
And
I was like, yeah. There's like okay. Well, first of all, the universe is too big, and like how it's expanding or whatever the fuck. I'm not an astronomer. Or
Yeah.
whatever, but it's just too big for there to not be something somewhere.
By the way, that is the class that Isaiah snoozes through all the time, is astronomy.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
But I have a 1, so.
Yeah, it's a neat
Don't
class.
Like
I
a
think
1.
aliens are real as well. I'm just scared to find out.
No, we're never gonna like get invaded by aliens. Like that's not.
Sure. I'll knock on it.
But I mean, there's one right over by Scott. So. I love you, dog.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright,
sorry.
here we go. Noah Birch is the man that sits next to me in math class, wakes me up 10 out of 10 times. I'd love to have him on a podcast also.
I thought you were just gonna say I loved him. I was like, all right, phone, wallet, keys. I'll see you later, dog.
He says, is it okay for men to spoon in boxers?
Whoa, if you're gay, yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, is it weird for like 2 straight guys? Like if you and I were in our boxers, just like. Don't even do it, dog. Don't even do it.
I told him how we sleep in the same bed when we stay the night.
I mean, sure, but we're not spooning.
Yeah, but I told him how in Chicago, my grandma has a picture of us in Chicago, and we are legitimately spooning.
Yeah, because I fucking rolled over and I was like, fucking got all along your ass. They fucking got all
But there are times that I wake up, and you are extremely close, or I'm extremely close. And it's just
Yeah,
like-
but we're never.
Yeah, like, not intentionally, we never spoon on purpose. But, like, sometimes we spoon on purpose. Natalie Siapush asks, Molly and I would like to know why you have big gay disease.
Next question, dog. That's just.
Sophie Mueller says, best vacation and or dream vacation.
Chicago. Because we got to spoon.
Yeah. That was the best vacation I've ever taken.
Yeah.
That was super fun.
And I don't even want to get into dream vacation because no matter who you ask, it's always the same. It's just a fucking cookie cutter answer. I don't even want to hear it. Just go to the next question.
Fair enough. I actually would think that the perfect vacation spot would be like Greenland. How? Fair enough. Kennedy Recrury says, love you guys so much. Heart, heart, better put me in. Put you in what? Gross. Claire Geiger says, is life fair or is life fair enough?
I don't know if it's fair, but it is fair.
It is fair enough.
Fair enough.
It is fair enough. Natalie Martin. So long since I talked to you, Natalie. So long. Are you a Jonas Brothers fan?
Next, no.
No?
That's it.
I was when they were like at their prime. I was well yeah,
Big
I
Time
was.
Rush was good though.
Big Time Rush slap.
I watched that shit.
Obviously. Nina says, when can I be on the podcast? Nina, you can be on the podcast when you want to be on the podcast. Ew.
You're weird, dog.
Nicole says, why do you talk about porn with Mrs. Betzold? So, one of my things is when Ollie says like literally anything, I'll be like, "You talking about porn?" He'll be like, "Yeah, I'm talking about porn, man," and everyone in the room stops and they're listening to us, and obviously it's just a joke. But Mrs. Betzel will be like, "Can you please stop talking about porn?"
You're like, I'm not!
Caden Sasmus says yellow. Ty Faulkner says best high school memories. I don't know. I hate those questions whenever we get them. Like, what's the best memory of school? Or what's the best memory of last summer? Or, it's like, I don't know.
Dog, probably just baseball.
That's your best memory?
Probably.
My best memories came from, I don't know, not in school. I can tell you that. Like, just
Your best memory from school, though.
from school, then you can't say baseball either. I don't count that as school. Okay, baseball it is. I'd say best memory in school. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I just have a good time in school.
Okay.
Don't have a good time with grades though. But Nina, you will be on the podcast.
Whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Dog.
I agree. I've wanted you to be on the podcast a couple times, but you've been busy or your mom just straight up says no. So, whatever. And that is all the questions. So, we're probably
Wrapping her up here.
wrapping her up.
Wrapping her up.
Woo! There's another one. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. I will have that podcast from last week up tonight. Or if you're watching it tomorrow, obviously.
Last
night. So, thanks for watching. If you watch all the way through, thank you. If you dislike or post negative comments, I'll go Corbin broke the computer on your ass. So,
And if anybody can comment and guess exactly what time it is right now as I'm saying these words, I'll give you $1.
wow, that's a big promise.
Yep.
Alright, guys. See ya next week.